identity is more complex than the answer to the questions who am I, or who are you, or who is he. Identity is how a person is perceived, mixed with how a person perceives him or herself. And you mix that with how a person's environment dictates how he or she should act or think. In my experience, I've found that a human's identity is separated into three categorical selves. The professional self, the social self, and the personal self. Each person may have specific subcategories or subselves within these three categorical selves, but our actions and our thoughts, our ways of speech, our sense of self-worth are all contained within these three categorical selves, and our identity may drastically change as we switch from one self to another. The first category that I'd like to discuss is the professional self. In many ways, the professional self is the most superficial of all of our identities. That is to say that the professional self is the image that we are most conscious of projecting. The professional self, I call it the professional because it's probably the most used personality when a human is in a working environment. The professional self contains the mannerisms that a person feels can most easily gain respect from strangers. As an example, my wife has what she calls her customer service voice, which is a little bit more high-pitched, a little bit more polite. It sounds something like, "Hi there, hi there," as in, "Hi there, can I help you?" Or, "Hi there, could you tell me how to get back to the freeway?" When a human is in this sort of professional self mode, that person tends to stand a little bit more upright. Given the opportunity, he or she will dress a little bit nicer and wear a big plastic smile that will invite others to view him or her as a functional and well-meaning member of society. But the paradox is that the professional self is a person's most guarded self, in that the person checks at the door what he or she feels to be his most prominent social and personal flaws. Despite the American adage of "be yourself," as if anybody could ever be anyone else, the professional self is the mindset that most people feel is not themselves or not their true selves, but it's who they need to be so that they are accepted by more mainstream class of people that they encounter. The professional self, however, is in fact a human reflecting his or her perception of social reality and its interactions. Most people use their professional selves to avoid confrontation, with the end result of being better liked by people that they perceive of as strangers. In my experience as a worker and an employee in the United States, hard work is only the means of being noticed professionally. Those who really get ahead are those who have more successful professional identities, meaning that their sense of reading the room and conforming their actions and their mindset as necessary are more in tuned. However, like anything, a good professional self takes practice to increase ability, and this practice may leave you with less successful social or personal selves. And of course, those are things that I will go over in future postings, so stay tuned.
Dr. Octagon, paramedic fetus of the east with priesthood from the church of the operating room with the strikes of force, scalpel since the Holocaust. I do indeed and greed explore